Story time. Everybody, it's story time. Hey, what up, y'all? Welcome back to the story times. Welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all for clicking on this video. I've been seeing, man, a lot of positivity, man, on my channel, man, lately, man. Just hit 205 subscribers. Shout out to y'all, man. If y'all new, man, go ahead and check out some of my other story times. I got a lot of good ones. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of views on my story time, so I see that y'all like them. So, that means make some more. And I got a lot of stuff I did in my life, and every story time I tell it's a real story, I was thinking back, man, just watching some TV, like, man, what's something that y'all would like, you know what I mean? And I was like, I got it. Let me tell y'all the first time I ever got arrested. Yep, arrested. Got put in them handcuffs. And I didn't do anything bad. You know what I mean? I wasn't out there doing anything bad and nothing like that. But I was smoking something. Well, this is how the story is about to go down. Well, one day, man, it was a Friday because every Friday I used to get money. You know what I mean? And I used to go buy my stuff. And what I'm talking about is called synthetic marijuana. It was fake weed. You know what I mean? It's called K2. If you don't know what that is, look it up on YouTube and you'll see people going crazy off of that stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of people died smoking that. And this is what people used to smoke back in the day in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I used to smoke this when I was like 16 years old. So, yeah, like I said, every Friday I used to get money. Used to go to the store and buy it. Well, this one Friday, man, they used to have like this car parking lot and they used to have like this Mexican restaurant before you get to the corner store where they used to sell it at, because it was like a mom and pop shop. It was owned by Chinese people, Asians and stuff. Hold on, let me sit up real quick. Well, yeah, it was like Asian people owned it. So yeah, I was going there, you know what I'm saying? I walked through the streets and stuff and I got closer to the store. And right before I got to it, like right on the side, because I was on the sidewalk, so there's cars, and there was like they had like car shops where they were selling cars in the restaurants and stuff. All of a sudden, one of my friends, you know what I'm saying, had popped up. One of my old friends, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if we're friends anymore because like he's locked up. He got locked up for killing somebody. And let me know in the comments if y'all want to hear that story time, man. I'll tell that story time that time that he got why he got locked up and stuff. Well, I ended up seeing him, and when you see a boy, man, you're like, "What's up, man? What's up?" You know what I'm saying? We was just chopping it up, man. We ain't seen each other in a minute, and he likes smoking too. You know what I'm saying? He used to smoke K2 too, because when we were in high school, we used to smoke that stuff together. We used to have like a lot of friends, and but don't smoke that stuff, y'all. It's not good. Smoke weed, man. I smoke weed now, and yeah, man, we was just like, man, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you and stuff. And he was like, man, because I was on his side, because where the store's at, it's not close to where I live at. It's like a couple minutes down. It's like in another, it's in another neighborhood. So I was like in a whole nother neighborhood. And he was like, what's up, man? He goes, what you doing over here? I was like, man, I'm finna buy me a bag. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to sell it in bags. And he goes, oh, you finna buy some? I was like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, I'm finna buy one. He goes, I'm finna buy some too. So we both went up in there, you know what I mean? I bought a bag. He bought a bag. I bought some Swisher Sweets. He bought some Swisher Sweets. And so I was like, bro, I said, you want to smoke? He goes, yeah, man. He goes, let's smoke some. So, like, right when you get out the corner store, there's a street right there, like right on the side of the corner store. You can walk on the side, and they have some apartments. Like they have some apartments, and you can walk in the apartments. You know what I'm saying? It has no gate or nothing, but it's people living in there. And plus, it's like in an all Mexican neighborhood, so you know what I mean. It has some apartments right there, and I usually go there by myself because I usually smoke by myself. So I was like, come on, let's go. I know where to go. So we walked into the apartments, and like it had like not a hallway but stairs going up, and it had like a little hallway that you could walk in there and sit on the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep on going up to the stairs, it only has like two doors, like one door right here, one door right here. It's like hood apartments. So we were sitting on the stairs, and I was breaking down the blunt. You know what I mean? We are just talking and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Because we were talking about like I had some strawberry kush, and I was like, bro, this some strong stuff, bro. I was like, man, this stuff always gets me high all the time. It gets me high for like hours. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he goes, and he started telling me like about other cushes that were good and stuff. We were talking. I'm breaking down the blunt. You know what I'm saying? Taking out the guts, taking out that nasty stuff. Open my bag, pour some of that kush up in my blunt, licked up the blunt, rolled it up, pulled out that lighter, lit up that blunt, took like two hits, two good hits. I passed it on. I was high already. He started smoking and stuff, and like the smoke was coming out of the apartment, and I can hear from like I can hear on like in a couple rooms down, like because I was already high and I was tripping already, bro. Like I was hearing and tripping, and then like um I heard some little kids crying and stuff, and I thought in my own head, bro, I thought they were getting high. So I started tripping. I was like, bro, I said, bro, come on, let's go, bro. I said, I gotta get out of here, bro. I'm tripping. And he was like, he was like, why? I said, man, cause there's little kids right here, man. They crying and stuff, and like I was tripping, bro. I didn't want to hear them crying no more. So I was like, come on, let's go. So we got up, and we were walking out the apartments, you know what I'm saying? Everything was good. Like he was in front of me and stuff, and I was in the back of him. And then like I started walking up to him and stuff, and like I got on his side, you know what I'm saying? But I was too high, bro, and I was just looking around, you know what I'm saying? Cause the cars were passing by, there was people passing us and stuff, and like they were looking at us and stuff. And I was looking at them, and we ended up turning in the street, and he was in front of me, bro, and I was in the back of him, and I was like, oh shit, bro, I was tripping. All of a sudden, man, I thought he had said something, and like in my mind, like I had stopped like this, bro. I looked, and I just started tripping, bro. I took off running. I took off running. I was running, bro. I was running. He all I remember him he was looking at me, and I was just tripping, running, bro, running. I ended up going into somebody's backyard. And like where they hang the clothes? They got like clothes hangers. Like it's like long string. I ended up hitting myself in my neck because I didn't see the strings, and it was dark outside. And I ended up hitting myself in the string, and I fell down. I jumped over somebody's fence because I seen there was a fence right there. I ended up jumping over somebody's fence, and I was in the other side, and they had like a trailer home. It was like a trailer home right there, and I needed some water because I had cotton mouth. I couldn't breathe or nothing, bro. So I was drinking some of their water, and while I was drinking their water, the man came outside. Cause remember, it's a trailer house. It's small. It's not really a house, so you can hear what's going on outside. Uh, the wife comes out first. She goes, "What are you doing?" Cause she was speaking Spanish. She goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing out here? What are you doing?" And she called her husband, and I was like, man, I need some water, man. I need some water. I said, I thought I was gonna die. I was like, I'm finna die, man. I need some water. I said, I'm thirsty. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And her husband said, "What are you doing here?" He had the phone in his hand. He was calling the police and stuff. I said, "I need some water," and he was like, "Wait right here. Wait right here." I said, "Nah, man." I said, I gotta get the fuck up out of here because I wasn't trying to get locked up, bro. So I took off running. I took off fucking running, bro. I was gone, bro. And I don't know where I was at, bro. Remember, man, I was tripping, I was high, and I was smoking some fake weed, man. And that stuff is not like weed, bro. It gets you messed up big time. You know what I'm saying? And I started running in the street, and all of a sudden I forgot where I was at. I didn't know what neighborhood I was in, cause like I usually know every street and how to get out and go back to my house, but I didn't know where it was at, cause like it had a lot of trees everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't know, bro, it had too many cars, and like the houses looked different and stuff, and like I just went down the wrong street. So when I had turned, I kept on running and kept on running straight. I had turned into this one street, and by the time I turned into the one street, I looked because like there was a playground and there was a basketball court, so I knew I was at a little bit. And so right when I kept on walking towards the basketball court, all of a sudden, bro, I heard sirens in the back of me. I heard sirens, like police sirens and stuff. I was like, what the fuck, man? I turned around. The police came out of the car. He goes, get down. He goes, get down on the floor. Get down on the floor. And I was like, what? He had his gun out and everything. He goes, get down on the floor. He goes, sit down. And so I was like, hold on, man. I put my hands up and everything. And so I sat down, and like two other police cars came behind him. And yeah, because like the reason they had that many police cars is because like the guy called and said there was a man inside of his house and stuff. So they didn't know if I was trying to rob or do any of that. And I just took off. You know what I mean? And um, they ended up handcuffing me while I was sitting on the ground. And the guy was asking me like, what were you doing? And I told him that I was high and I was smoking some K2 and I started tripping. And he was like, he goes, all right. And he goes, did you take anything? I said, no, I didn't take nothing. I didn't steal anything or nothing. I said, I was just running in and I needed some water, so I drunk out of the thing. And he goes, all right. He goes, this is this the first time you ever been arrested? I said, yeah, this is the first time ever. You know what I'm saying? First time ever, bro. And he goes, all right. And so he asked me for my name and everything. I told him my name, and he went to go check it in the thing, see if I had anything. And he goes, you're telling the truth. You ain't got nothing. I was like, yeah. And one of the police officers, man, I always remember this. He said, he goes, yeah, man, that's the guy on TV. And like he started telling me that I was on TV and stuff. I was like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? He goes, he's on TV. He goes, he's the one he said, he's the one we've been looking for. I was like, what? I said, I'm the one they've been looking for. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about, bruh? And so, but like nothing happened right there. So they ended up putting me inside the car. And when I got inside the car and stuff, I was like, man, bro. I was thinking to myself, like, man, bro. I was like, oh my god, what is my mom gonna think, bro? I was like, oh, like you just don't want to fucking like go. I was like, oh my god, what's my mom gonna think? Like, what are they gonna say and stuff, and all this type of stuff. So I was kind of scared, bro. This is my first time going in there. Like, I didn't go inside it, like the, you know what I mean, like the real place. I went inside of a holding center where, like, before you go to the real place, I was like, where like they just hold you at, you know what I'm saying, and then you can place bond the next day. You can get out the next day if they pay for it. So I wasn't really in trouble like that. They just put me in a holding center. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. The cops, they went behind the gate. They went behind the gate of the police thing, the police station, and they got me out of the car, and they walked me into like the gate, like the door, and they had like this table inside of there where like another guy was sitting in there, and and the guy took my handcuffs off, and yeah, man, they were just in there, bro. Like it was like, and he gave me some orange clothes. He told me to go behind the curtain and take my clothes off. So I took my shirt off. I took my shorts off, but I kept my boxers on, and I kept my socks. And uh, he asked me if I had anything in my pockets, and all I had was just like a lighter and stuff. And I had my Kush bag, and I had all of that. And he took that, and they threw it away in the trash. You know what I mean? No, never mind. They didn't throw that away, but they kept it. You know what I mean? They didn't let me keep it. They put it in a bag, and they took it. And he asked me what's my name, and I told him my name, and he wrote it down. He was asking me like, you know what I mean, like just stuff. You know what I mean? What they ask you, and then they put me against the thing. He took my picture, and they kept it in there in the thing. And the man took me to the back, and I was in a cell, bro. I was just in there, bro, like sitting in the cell. There was nobody in there, but there was other guys like in front of me, like in the front, and because I was like in one cell, and the other guy was in the other cell, and the other guy was in the other cell, and the other guy was on the other cell, and they were screaming and stuff, bro. They were just in that bitch screaming and yelling, and like just acting a fool, man. They was acting a fool up in there, and yeah, man, I had to sleep in there that night. I had a freaking sleep inside of my shirt because they give us no pillows. So I was sleeping on my arm like this, bro. That shit fucking hurt it. They gave us no blankets or nothing, bro. Like you just had to sleep inside of your shirt. And yeah, man, the next day, man, my mom, she called, and you know what I mean, asked me if I was there and all that type of stuff, and said yeah, and I couldn't get out. My mom, she was trying to pay for me to get out, but I couldn't get out, so I had to wait. I stayed there. I got there Friday, so I had to stay there Saturday and Sunday. Sunday night, I had to see the lawyer because the lawyer was coming in, and what it did was, they walked us out to this little room. The lawyer was in there. I mean, the judge, he was in there. It was like I don't know what he was, but he was the one that lets us go. And so they stand us all in a line, and they were gonna see if we can go home or not. So I was kind of like the last one. I was standing there waiting. They ended up calling me. They said go ahead and see him. So I sat down, and I didn't even talk, bro. I was standing there. He goes, this is your first time? I said, yeah. He goes, what happened? I told him that I was smoking. I told him I was smoking that K2, and I started tripping. I started like just hallucinating stuff. He goes, all right. He goes, all right. He goes, this is like your first time. We're just gonna give you a warning. He said, don't do it again, and don't get in trouble again. Don't come back. And he was telling me all that type of stuff. He goes, don't smoke that no more and all that. And he goes, you can go home. So that same night, we had to wait. They were giving our paperwork. They were writing all the paperwork down. And like an hour or 2 hours later, they ended up calling all of us. They put us like in another room. They told us to change, but not all of us together. But you know what I'm saying. They told us one by one to go change. So we all changed, put back our clothes, and they ended up calling us. Man, it goes, all right, you could go. And you know what the hell they did, bro? When you can leave, you can actually just open the door, and just walk out. And right when you walk out, you're in the streets again, bro. It was late at night. It was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. When they let me go, I was walking out, bro. I was in the streets, bro, walking to my house. And I don't remember, I was like in a whole nother neighborhood. So it took me a long time to get home. And that was the first time, man, I ever got arrested, man. Well, smoking on some K2, synthetic marijuana, fake Kush. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that was a crazy night, bro. And I'll never forget that, man. And that was my first time ever getting put like that and up in there, and it wasn't good, man. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I was scared because I was young and there was old man up in there, and I just didn't want to be in there, man. And I couldn't call my mom. I couldn't, like, I thought, like, I felt like I was never gonna be a part of the world no more, you know. Hey, yeah, man. That's the my story time about my first time. Hope y'all enjoyed that, man. If you did, man, drop a like, you know what I'm saying, and let me know in the comments if y'all want to hear another story time about my friend killing somebody and he got 10 years. And yeah, man, thanks for watching my story times. Thanks for clicking on these videos, and hope y'all go watch my other story times. And yeah, man, thanks for watching, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.